Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a great day. Today is Salesperson Failure Syndrome, or building block number 2. So, yeah, gonna get some people, freaked out about this one for sure. So, anyway, I'll wait for Facebook to go out there and share this with everyone, see when I can get some new people on here. Hi, Kai. Great to see you on here, and we'll go ahead and get going here. So the first off, again, this is the salesperson failure syndrome. All right, it's funny. I didn't change it. On a slide that I'm going to show you here. But hi, Ola. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, John. Hi, Randy. Michael. Ola, Lisa, Pat, Zoltan, nice to see you on here from Europe. And yes, happy commission day, happy payday, so cool. So this one here is going to rock a lot of people's world. And the reason why is here's a philosophy of these building blocks. You know, when I first learned this profession, learned this industry, that why a lot of salespeople fail at this industry. So I'm going to show you what they do, and then I'm going to show you the right way to do it. Now, here's what really blows my mind. A lot of people have a situation in their head where they'll actually say this. Do you guys realize that 95% of people are not sales types? 95% of people are not sales types. So if you have a product that everybody needs, that everybody wants, and you're not selling it, then you're not a sales type. Now, when I say this statement, some people are going to think that I'm lying, and I don't care. I'm not lying. 35 years of being in this industry, my first 2 weeks, because I listened to the wrong person, I attempted to do a few things. 1, advertise. 2, build these cake boxes to get leads. 3, to pay for leads. 4, to call cold market people that were leads. Then set up an appointment, then go there and install a water filter and do a sales pitch on the product. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I was on workman's comp with no electricity, and those 2 weeks were the worst 2 weeks that I can imagine. And I've had some bad things happen to me. The rejection, people telling me I was stupid, people that told me you're a mechanic. Even this one thing that was really, I had a cousin that said to me, listen, Bobby, I didn't know that things were that bad for you. Why didn't you ask to borrow money instead of being a door-to-door water filter salesperson? And so, as you guys know, I got told to go to a convention where I met a successful person that walked the stage at the top position of the company. And I asked him what I should do. And he says, you got to learn from your upline person that's at the top position. It was called National Marketing Director. And this was 35 years ago. When I went and learned from him, he showed me these building blocks, or what Don Fala called napkin presentations. And it was funny because I never had to deal with the objections of sales anymore. There's people that say, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to do sales. I don't want to go door to door. I don't want to, be selling the product. And from that day when I met my mentor 35 years ago, do you guys realize I still do not sell the product? I don't. because I learned to have freedom, and I learned how to help millions of people supplement their income. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people get an extra payday. I've helped, tens of thousands of people never work for anybody ever again. I've helped people earn $1 million in commission, 65 of them that I know of, that have told me, thank you for sharing this with me. And 9 of them own their own network marketing company. So the basics that I'm teaching you may be uniquely different, but they work. So I'm only learning from people that have 1 million people that are responsible for their income. Did you hear me? They have 1 million people that are responsible for their income. So with that said, let me show you the diagram I put together, okay? So this is called, and I should have changed it. It should say salespeople failure syndrome, all right? So this is going to show you really quickly on how to make over $5,000 by just acquiring customers. Again, some people love this. I just don't know of them. So what happens is a person goes out and gets a bunch of customers, right? So they go out and get a bunch of customers, and then they call me up and they make good money, the 50%, if they're an executive, and they go out and they make money. So, there's people like Melvin. There's people that are really, really successful at this. And they go out and they bring in a bunch of customers and they lead with the product. And then they reach out to me and they say, Robert, all the people that I brought in that bought the product, they are not selling the product. They are not building a group. I can't motivate them. What can I do to motivate them? And the answer usually is lead by example. Just go lead by example. And it's like, all right. So then they go out and they do it again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. But as soon as you start building these, a lot of these people are not duplicating. And on top of that, they don't buy and they stop doing the business. Why would they stop doing the business? I'll tell you why. They're not sales types. They're not salespeople. So they want to make money. They want a better lifestyle. They want freedom. They want all of this stuff. Just like some people want to lose weight. So what we teach them to do is easy, but it's easier not to do. It's just not their personality. Here's when you know you're not a salesperson, is if someone owes you money. If someone owes you money and you can't ask for it back, you're not a sales type. So people might have watched the video of me with Dan McCormick, 20-year, 30-year veteran in network marketing too, makes millions a year, really good friend. And he comes to me and he wants to buy some of this. And so we did a video and he went to give me the money and I went, no, you're not buying the product from me. He goes, well, what's going on? I go, what kind of products do you have that my company doesn't have? So I got some toothpaste and some other things from him, and I bartered between the products. Why? It's not my personality. So then what they do is they go out and do it again. And first of all, they have absolutely nobody following them. No one's doing as many sales as they are. They don't have anyone out earning them. And now these people fall off. So I did a little numbers for you there. If you brought in 88 customers at 90 NPV You know, that's 79.20 in volume. At 50%, that's $3,960. And then you'd also get global bonus shares off of that. That would make you an additional $144. So you made $5,100. Here's the thing for next month. Now you need 111 customers at 90 NPV to do 10,000 of volume to get paid $5,000. That is not the way I was taught to do the business. Okay? So, how was I taught to do the business? The first thing that someone showed me, and listen to this statement, is most people jump into a vehicle, the vehicle being my daily choice, and they get really, really excited about the functions of that vehicle. So my wife and I, Terry, were just talking about the Tesla, right? So I want you guys to imagine this. I go out among all the people in the world and said, have you ever heard of self-driving technology? You mean the car drives by itself? Yeah. Have you ever heard of that? Without a shadow of doubt, there's no better drive, you don't have to drive, it drives for you. There's no better software on the planet than Tesla's. It's just a $10,000 option. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. My wife and I own a Tesla, and we don't use that option. Why? Well, because we still have a cable box in Montana. Are you guys listening to me? It's like if you went up to a person and said, I need to sell you so I can make money. I need to sell you a driver, an autopilot where you don't have to drive your car. And, there's a lot of people out there. You can go to roberthollis.com, roberthollis.com/free and get a copy of my best-selling book. And one of the things that I say in there is, why would you want to talk to an uninterested person? See, the first question shouldn't be, have you ever heard of auto drive and do you want it and I need to sell it to you because it's awesome and you need it and you need it and you need it and you need it. Just like you might say you need nutrition product or you need CBD or you need FFX, see? And what you're doing is you're saying to them that they need this, and in their mind they're saying, no, I don't. No, I do not. Why do you think that people rebel from people or push people away that are trying to sell them something? Human nature. No one wants to be sold to give up their money for something that they believe they don't need, even if it's savings. So you get all these people that immediately go out and they're trying to talk about their vehicle. They're trying to talk, you need a Tesla. Me and Terry were talking about this. There's whole graphics on the internet of a bunch of people that, in my opinion, are ignorant. Ignorant's not a bad word. They don't know that they don't know. But they will tell you a million reasons why they don't need a Tesla, why they will never get an electric car. And I'll do a shout out to my eldest son, Robert Jr. He's 40 years old, and he's like, well, I like the sound of the exhaust, and I like shifting. It's like my son sees this as like Tim Allen, right? And it's like, well, I like this, I like this, I like all this old stuff, right? And so me and him went out and I let him drive our Tesla X. And it's the Ludicrous Plus model, 804 horsepower. And he steps on it and he's like, oh my God, I had no clue how quick these cars are. I had no clue how good they handle. I had no clue how fast they stop. And I said, do you realize this is faster than a motorcycle? If you pulled up to any motorcycle on an intersection, it would beat the motorcycle across the intersection. And it was only when he drove the vehicle that he even changed his thoughts. Does that mean that he bought one? No, he didn't. So you got to find a way to stop doing this salesman stuff. Now, on the other hand, if you reached out to people and said, hey, do you want to make a little extra money? Or, hey, do you know of anyone that needs to make extra money right now? And they're like, what is this? Then what you do is you show them the theoretical example that I've been covering the last couple of days, building block 1. You want to teach people how to drive before you introduce them the vehicle, before you introduce all the options of the vehicle. So yes, MDC is the best vehicle I've ever driven. It's got all these brands. Last time I heard over 8,000 SKUs. Those are all the options, the premium quality products that a person can't buy in a store or online, so they can get drop shipped from MDC. The products are incredible. The options are incredible. The vehicle's incredible. The speed of the vehicle, the compensation plan, the marketing system, the app, incredible. But you got to get people to understand how simple and easy it is to earn income. Upfront, fast, profit, and move up the ranks to get paid. They need to see the simplicity of how easy it is to drive this vehicle. And if you guys get that, so when my mentor first showed me this, you know what the first thought that came in my mind? Are you telling me that I can make $100,000 a year and not sell the product? He goes, that's exactly what I told you. I'm in. And I made $10,000 my first 45 days. That's why I say that, because my first 2 weeks was awful because someone was telling me how to sell. I'm not a sales type. So now I just need to get excited. I'm working with someone that makes 62 grand a month, and he's going to teach people how to do this. Bingo, I got it. So now let me show you what we do. So in the theoretical example that I showed you in basic blocks part 1 and 2 of basic block 1, we're going to start out with you again. Okay? Now, we already talked about, you're going to go out and get your 2. But here's where everyone messes up. All right? What duplication is, what true duplications is we're going to call this guy Tom. And then you're going to help Tom bring in Jill. And we're going to show Jill how to bring in Betty. And so what you got to do is, this is duplication. Not bringing them in and abandoning them. Are you hearing me? Not bringing them in, telling them to write 200 people on a list and start calling them. That is not duplication. So you got to be able to help Tom learn, teach Tom, show Tom how to get Jill in his group. And then you got to teach Tom how. It's funny reading this out of a book. You now have to show Tom how to teach Jill on how to enroll Betty. How to enroll Betty. So, if each and every person that you bring in, you're helping them get a payday. So now when you see these people bring in, you're now teaching them how to bring in the next level, and you're showing them how to bring in their level. In all this scenario of starting, everyone's getting a belief payday. This also stops something else from happening. You don't have to advertise. You don't have to get leads. You don't have to do all this stuff that has to do with sales. If all you're doing is helping people get a payday and helping their people get a payday. Did you hear me? You help them. Why would they introduce you to the best people they know? Because you just showed them how to make money. Are you hearing me? It's like, listen, do you know anyone that would like to make 5 grand, 10 grand in the next couple of months? Yeah, me. This is all you need to do. This is all you need to do. You need to get A, excited. 2, you got to get good at getting people to check out the information. Become a free affiliate. 3, you got to teach them how to drive the vehicle. Are you guys getting this? So when I first get in, it's funny. People want to work with me when they first get in. And they get in and they don't know anything, and they don't have a rank, and they don't have got a back office, and they don't have anybody. So they're really, really interested in introducing me and using the system. Then all of a sudden, they abandon the system and they go back to being a salesperson. So now they reach out to me and they go, oh my God, my rank went down. Oh my God, my group's not doing anything. Oh my God, my volume's going down. My checks are going down. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I just want to say to them, so would you be willing to learn how to drive the vehicle? Would you be willing to learn that it's a lot of people doing a little bit? Terry and I just went over 14,000 people in our group that's responsible for our income. It's a bunch of people that are using good quality products. A lot of people doing a little bit. Are you willing to unlearn, to learn, and relearn? See, what most people do is they hear me talk about this, but they won't unlearn or stop doing what they've been doing up till they met me. Even though they can look at years and months, days, months, years of that not working. But what's the worst kind of success on the planet? A little bit of success. See, so they went in, started being the salesperson, got a bunch of people, got a little momentum, got a paycheck, got a rank, and then they taught that. And it went up again, and then they taught that, and it went up again, and then they stopped doing the salesman thing. Now what they did is they stopped doing this. Now what they want to do is just tell other people to do it. I already went through my people. I don't need to do this anymore. So then they stopped doing it. So their leaders stopped doing it. And then their team stops doing it. And the ranks drop. Then the checks drop. And it's in a spiral. And it just keeps going and going and going. So then you know what they do? They get excited and they come up with promotions and they come up with all these neat little cool things and praise and recognition and all these incredible things to get all these people excited again. Whipping the cows, come on, come on. But they won't redo it. The reason they won't go back into sales mode is because they didn't like sales mode to begin with. So you got to relearn to do this business properly. And if you lead with the opportunity of supplementing your income during these hard times, I don't know if you've heard that an average family doesn't have an extra $300. An average family does not have an extra $300 in savings right now because it's costing them $430 an average to live exactly the same month as it did last year. So people are hurting. And they don't want to hear, hey, here's how you can make money. Go sell a bunch of stuff, buy a bunch of stuff, then sell a bunch of stuff, and then keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Don't focus on building an organization. So, they say when the student's ready, the teacher appears. And you guys are watching me do these videos, and it was from the video that I talked about how to find the right mentor. You know, so when I watched my mentor teach videos on what I'm showing you right now, he didn't call it napkin presentations. He called it basic building blocks. Basic building blocks. And the videos that I'm showing you right now, the videos that I did were the ones that I learned from my mentor 35 years ago. So when you're ready, I can show you a simple, easy, duplicatable thing. Stop doing what works. See, people don't want to hear that either. Stop doing what works and only do what duplicates. The system I'm sharing with you right now can show you how to have 14,000 active customers affiliate in your groups that can generate an income of $1 million plus a year. No selling of tapes, no selling of videos, no having to buy training after training after training after training after training. No, just learn to master the basics of this industry. That's it. So, there you go. Make sure you plug into roberthollis.com/free. Get a copy of my book. We're actually putting these in categories. And you also can go to my YouTube channel, Robert Hollis, youtube.com/Robert Hollis. And right now I'm putting these in a category of building blocks. So that was building block number 2. Or yeah, you guys are saying, wow, Robert's really, really, really smart. Yeah, I am. I found a couple of people that have over 1 million people active in their group, and I asked them what they did, and they said, I do this. And I went, no, I'm not doing that. Now, I know I'm weird. I know I'm weird. I went, you have 1 million people that are responsible for your income? Yeah. And you make millions of dollars a year? Yeah. And you have freedom to enjoy it? I do. I'll take that. I'll take that. And then there's other people that are going like, hey, Robert, but I heard Jim Joe Bob say, and it's like, hey, I can't help you. Love and appreciate you. See you tomorrow on the next video, basic building block number 3. So talk to you soon. Take care. God bless. I believe in you. Please share this with people. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. Take care and talk to you soon.